Hi everyone, welcome to Violin Science. It's our first video on this channel, and in this particular video I would like to talk about very common mistake that beginner and sometimes even intermediate violinists make when they approach the bow, and especially it relates to those who are approaching and learning their bow grip for the first time ever, because it actually matters. It's not just about to put your fingers well, yeah, but we want to make everything in a way here so then it works for us. It can serve us well when it comes to approaching the string on the violin and then trying to produce a nice sound, which is really possible. Even if you're a complete beginner, you just need to learn maybe some of the things. So most of the times I see people approaching the bow in this horizontal position, and let's say they approach it for the first time ever. They put their fingers, they can maybe hang it. Well, there are many tutorials how you should do that, yeah. But it's not about this. So once they set their fingers, well, not well for the first time, no problem. Once they remove the left hand, most likely the pinky or ring finger, the bottom fingers, they will collapse. Why? Because frog is a heavy part of the bow, the heaviest part of the bow, and it contains quite a lot of weight. So if your fingers are not trained enough yet to sustain this weight of the frog, when you do it for your first time, probably your fingers will collapse. And many beginners have this problem. They set all the fingers, everything's nice. Once they remove the left hand, so much weight, yeah, and it falls apart. So very often I see people trying to hold the bow, sustain the weight, okay, maybe finger collapsed or something, or maybe they somehow fixed it, but they start to hold the bow with the arm. So you will notice that the shoulder and this entire arm part is in really tense position. So they use all the efforts because pinky is not trained yet. The fingers are not strong enough. So they use all the efforts of the arm to sustain the bow weight in this position. And then from this tense position, because this position is quite tense, they approach the string. And that doesn't really create nice conditions for producing a nice sound in the future and having your fingers and entire arm relaxed once you start to play. So what I recommend to my students and anyone watching, if you're doing it for your first time, to approach the bow vertically. So this position has few advantages. You are not really supposed to handle the frog weight much. In this position you can also feel the balance, how fingers are actually balancing the bow rather than just holding it here position. And most importantly, your arm can be relaxed. You see, this is really, your arm can just hang down and you can feel like the bow and the arm and fingers, it's one whole thing. And that's what we're actually encouraged to feel, right? That the bow is a continuation of the arm, and there shouldn't be any tension or any inconvenience in it. But for the first try, this is a very good method because it doesn't stress your fingers. You just really can get used to the bow weight, and you can also do some exercise from this position, like famous spider to strengthen your fingers. It can be done, it is done in vertical position. Why this method even more natural? Because we approach the string from this position. We actually don't really approach the string from this static horizontal tense position like this. This is not really what we want. The joints and the muscles, everything, they like circular movement. So when it comes to the more relaxed way to approach the instrument, it's better to have a circular movement. Maybe you've seen some people advising you to take a breath with the arm and so on. So we approach it with the kind of circular and vertical position of the bow works well with the circular movement, because with this, you're not going to have much of it. In the vertical position, it is also easier to release the fingers, to just feel how little it requires for you to just hold the bow. Here you'll feel like, yeah, you just let one of your fingers go if you're doing it for first times, and then you collapse. But here you can actually just even tap fingers. Many violinists, if you see them, some famous violinists, when they start to play instrument, they release the entire arm and they tap the fingers in this entirely vertical position because they want to feel that freedom within the entire arm, the connection with the bow. Ivry Gitlis was doing it in one of his performances, and you can also notice that thing. They just, before they start to play, they completely release the arm, bow in vertical position. Yeah, you feel fingers balancing the bow, and then you approach the string. This is something that you should try if you're a beginner or even if you're an intermediate violinist, and to develop a sense of freedom and balance in your bow grip when holding it vertically and keeping your arm relaxed, because that's the most important thing. To if your arm is tense while you're just holding the bow, probably that tension will also come with you when you approach the string. So it is better to learn how to keep your arm relaxed, how to give all the job of holding the bow into the fingers in this position, and it should really benefit the way you approach your instrument with your right hand. Subscribe to this channel, and there will be more videos coming up soon, so see you later. Thank you.